with Congressman Gonzalez. The focus has been on the racist portion of it, which was widely condemned. The video leading up to it that Congressman Gonzalez defended was about election software and security. In that, when you listen to it, you hear descriptions of problems with technology and things that the speaker says were anomalies, like in 2025, key states stopped counting at a certain time. Can you fact check some of this for us?
Yeah, this is a very common methodology for those that are spreading lies about the elections to find, just throw everything against the wall and see what sticks. And the rest of that video, in addition to the ending, was also troubling because it was a lot of disinformation, just blatantly false. We have paper ballots in the United States. 98% of all Americans vote on paper ballots. The only exclusion is the state of Louisiana, which is moving to paper ballots. That means those paper ballots can be checked against whatever the machines tally, and they are checked. Famously in Georgia, those paper ballots in 2020 were counted 3 times, 3 different ways, once entirely by hand, over 5 million ballots counted by hand in 5 days with observation from both campaigns and observers. There's no way to get around the fact that 2020 was the most scrutinized election in American history. And every time when courts reviewed it, when people who lied about the election were taken to court, the work of election officials withstood that scrutiny. It's really remarkable. Not only are our elections not rigged, they're as transparent and verifiable and as secure as they've ever been, no matter whether you like the outcome or not. And we're seeing disinformation being spread, in this case by the President of the United States, targeted at his own supporters, at others who might not like the outcome of elections, and unfortunately some are believing it.
Well, it's unusual because the president won the election and Republicans won the last election. So when he is saying now that suddenly the system is broken, it seemed to work when it elected him, but it didn't work when he lost in 2020. That is what is contradictory in sort of just the common sense version.
That's exactly right.
But on the facts of it, you're saying this has actually been verified time and time again. But those ballots you just talked about from Fulton County, we have body camera footage of these FBI agents going and taking the ballots. Why would the FBI now be taking the ballots? Why was the Director of National Intelligence there, and what would they do with these ballots?
This is a great question, and it still has not been answered. First of all, there was no crime committed in 2020. Those ballots have been counted and reviewed so many times. We know exactly what happened in Georgia in 2020. Joe Biden won that state by a relatively narrow margin of 11,779 votes. In 2024, Donald Trump won that state. Democrats didn't somehow have the magical ability while out of the White House to steal an election in 2020 and then forget to use that power in 2024 when they had the White House. So we know exactly what happened. If there was a true, honest review of those ballots, it'll confirm exactly what the result was, just as when the cyber ninjas reviewed the Maricopa County ballots in Arizona, they found the same exact outcome. As for the Director of National Intelligence being in Fulton County, there is no viable reason to have a high-level political appointee during the execution of a search warrant. That search warrant has many defects, as the body cam footage showed. There was a defect in the address when they first showed up. They had to go back and get a corrected search warrant. And there's also this issue of the statute of limitations. There's a 5-year statute of limitations under federal law for any of the crimes that they mentioned in the warrant. There were 2 specific statutes. That 5-year statute has expired by any measure. And so I'm not sure why a magistrate signed off on it. We're not sure why the DNI was in Fulton County inside a local election warehouse. We've heard shifting explanations. First, the Deputy Attorney General said she happened to be in Atlanta. I don't know that that's particularly credible. And then then we heard the President directed her, and then Attorney General Bondi directed her. We have no idea what actually happened.
Well, we checked, and at least 9 top Trump administration officials by CBS criteria raised doubt about the validity or integrity of the 2020 election. That count does not include the President of the United States himself. David Becker, thank you. We'll be back.